Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Akash Shinde. In this video, we are going to have a candid conversation with Harsha, who has joined from IIM Bangalore badminton court, and we'll be asking him how he has prepared for the whole journey, how he got into IIM Bangalore, and what are the things that you should do within this 20 days of your CAT preparation as well as SNAP preparation. So Harsha, welcome back to the channel. How are you?
Hi, Akash. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. So Harsha, a lot of new students have joined to us. Since we are going to launch the GDPI series, student wanted to know about your profile. Can you shed some light on it?
Yeah, cool. I'm Harsha. I did my bachelor's in economics at IIT Kanpur. So that was a 4-year program. Post that, I've placed at a consulting firm where I worked as a risk analyst. So they have been experienced over the part of banking and analytics over it. So I took a break of 2 months for the CAT prep. So I left my job at September. Then I gave October, November prep. That was a key decision I took in my life. So after post that, after my result, I felt it was good with the exam, and I took the GDPI sessions, and it went good thereafter.
Okay, that's quite nice, Harsha. So, Harsha, since we you have already got the tag of IIT and IIM, right? A lot of students who really wanted to aim this tag, right? But the barrier for students is now once they do complete their bachelor's, there are some people who wanted to get into IIMs because they don't have any tag in their life. So, let us know how you have prepared for this remaining 15 days for engineers as well as
Hmm.
non-engineers.
Okay, cool. So for the engineers, I may suggest as I have observed for the many engineers, they're good in the quant, but they may lag a bit at the English, the verbal and all. So it's the last crucial time for them, the 15, 20 days, where they have to put more efforts. So in my case, in the last 20 days, I neglected the quant because I used to get a decent marks over there in my mocks from the past 2 months, what I used to give. So the last few 15 to 20 days, I just only used to focus on the LRDA and verbal. So I used to give sectional mocks, one in the morning and one in the evening. So I used to revise them again and again. So that was a key boost factor what I felt gave me success in my final exam because most of the engineers perform well in the quant session. Whereas it is contradictory to the non-engineers, they may be doing good with the verbal, but they may lag in quant. So even for them, I would suggest to give section mocks in the crucial period now in the quant and try to get a maximum score in that session because there's sectional cutoff in every session.
Yeah, that's quite nice. So,
Hmm.
Arsha, so since you are good at quant, it was very easy for you to score well. But there are some people who are not comfortable with the quant, right? So, what's your preparation strategy? What's your tech that how these
Hmm.
students focus on even this 15 to 20 days of your CAT preparation? And I feel that this quant will definitely gonna helpful when it comes to SAT and MAT Snap series. So, yeah, what's your take on this?
So yeah, as mentioned, is they can build a strategy from their exams, what they give, the mocks and section mocks. There's no particular strategy that will be suitable for all of the people. It may be different. Some may be good at the arithmetic, some may be good in some other part of the quant. So it's better to try what suits them. So my suggestion to the people who are struggling quant could be don't stuck your time in any particular question. Just give a glance through the questions and pick your strengths and try attempting them. And if you're stuck in the question, don't waste much time because the time constraint in the CAT is very crucial. So skip to the next question because you'll be having ample of questions. So try to attempt as many as you can. That will maximize score in the sectional.
Okay. So during the quant stage, do you used to focus more towards accuracy or used to focus more towards if I'm able to attempt 15 or 20 or 22 student questions, so it will be easy for you. Like what was your strategy
Yeah,
regarding
yeah.
the
I
yeah.
was yeah. I was used to run over the number of questions, number of attempts, what I used to do, because accuracy is, I think for the engineers, accuracy is good in the quant because we had did this practice in my 11th and 12th, the math. So that was not a major problem we used to face. Just the time we used to manage it and we always try to maximize the number of questions we want to attempt in the exam.
Yeah. Any things that should do when it comes to quant in this remaining 10 to 15 days?
Sorry?
Any things that should focus within this 10 to 15 days when it
Yeah.
comes to quant?
So, haha. So I would suggest to give mocks for the first 7 to 8 days, but the last few days are very crucial. They might have been some strengths and weaknesses, and they might have listed a few formulas about that, right? So just keep revising them and have some basic knowledge about each of the sections, like each of the parts, sub parts. so that you don't make a mistake on the simple questions in the exam, which would be a deciding factor on the exam day. So try to cover all the concepts which are must and should for the CAT, so that you'll not miss on the easier ones.
Okay, that's quite good. So, Harsha, when it comes to DILR, because this is where students struggle a lot. So, how have you started your preparation towards DLR? And there are a lot of students who are doing great when it comes to quant and VRC, but struggling it out when it comes to DLR. So, what's your strategy? What's your, peak strategy, I would say, for limiting 10 to 15
Okay.
days?
Okay, my preparation to LRDA was initially I used the Rhoda series, YouTube series. There were around 75 odd videos, but it's no high time to go through all of them. So I suggest them to just to pick the right set of the questions, like right LRDA set in the starting. Give a 3 minute time to choose your set, because if you have started and gone through a set and wasted your time, then it won't come back in LRDA. Make sure that you attempt it properly and you convert the answers. So try giving time in the first 5 minutes to choose the two sets at least to do in the exam. On the exam day, I suggest you to give at least two sets, if not more than two, 2.5 or three. That will
Yeah.
maximize your total accuracy and score.
Yeah. So I still saw some of the students are still struggling when it comes to building that critical thinking approach when it comes to DLR. So what do you think? Like, let's say there are some startup people, 30% of the people out of the 100% people still struggling to build out that
Mhm.
critical thinking approach. So what's your take on these people?
Uh, mm, I may ask them to see the videos only. There are very good videos in the YouTube, mostly by Rhoda. So
Mhm.
they have covered all the basics. So even as I mentioned for the quant, for LRDA also there will be always a set which would be doable, easier for everyone. So
Mm.
people should make sure that they won't miss the set. They should have a glance through all the four sets which are given and pick the set and try to put it on the exam day and convert it. So at
Okay,
least if
okay,
they're able to convert one set, they will be reaching the session cutoff.
understood. And when it comes to VRC, which is kind of a troublemaker for engineers, any resources that you followed and any strategy that students should follow within this 15 to 20 days so that if they are getting 10 to 15 marks, they'll be able to brush it up or score it up to 25 to 30 marks.
Yeah. For me, I used to get around single digits, and so month after I used to get in 11, 12, 15. But these 20 days prep at the last made a crucial boost in my VRC, where I did the sectional mocks of Crack You. They're very good
Hmm.
in the sectional mocks. So I suggest people to take the sectional mocks. It will be around 700 to 800 bucks. And there I picked my score and accuracy, where I got into 25 and above. On the exam day, I got around 30. So I would suggest them to give sectional mocks of VRC. And here also, it is a different strategy for individuals. Some may good in VA, some may good in RC. So they have to try experimenting, and it's a very high time. Try make use of this time in the first 5 days, so that you won't try experimenting in the last few days before the CAT. So fix to your strategy and try attempting the same strategy whenever you go to the exam.
Okay. So, CAT is all about how we manage the time. Because if you given all these questions to any candidate who is able to do all these questions within 3 to 4 hours, but you need to do this within 2 hours. So, how you
Yes,
used to
yes.
manage the time when it comes to CAT? Like, do you used to follow the same pattern that I'll go for quant first, or I'll go for DLR first, or I'll wait that what are the picky questions for me and I'll solve that questions. So, what was your strategy regarding this?
Yeah, for the CAT, I don't know what happened for this year, but it's always a follow like the same order. We have C, DLR, and Quant, which will be opening in the exam. So in each of the section, I used to pick the right set of questions. What are my strengths? It might be a VA or RC. For me, it was a VA, so I used to attempt VA at the first, then pick one more RC and go into the second RC. But some of the people are good in the RC; they may try to attempt three or four RCs. So it's completely their strength, and they have to perform on that. And LRDA also, there will always be a set based on math. So that would be a strength for me. I will be first picking that and trying to do it as quick as possible, so that I'll be using maximizing my time and trying to attempt two more sets in the given time. And even in the quant, there are few questions which are very doable for every them. So you have to uh, have a quick glance in the first few minutes and pick those questions and try to attempt them. So it's only the strategy on the mock attempts where you can build up and try to replicate on the main exam.
Yeah, yeah, I know you are in a place where there are a lot of students going here and there. It is quite uncomfortable
So
for you to speak here. Yeah. So
no
Harsha,
worries, okay.
yeah, yeah. one of the thing that is happening with people is, they used to score initially 50, 60, 75 marks, but I don't know, suddenly their marks have been dropped it down to 35, 40, 45 marks. So what's your take for these people, that, how they should be consistent in the process, how they should avoid the burnout within 10 to 15 days, because these days are very crucial.
Yeah, it may be one of the reasons would be to the pressure. Like as cat is approaching nearby, they may be taking a lot of pressure on them. So
Mhm.
I want to remind all of them who are facing this just to keep themselves calm. They will did the enough prep. It's just time to revise, and they are good with the knowledge and all the skills they should be required for the cat exam. So I suggest them to don't to panic on the exam day because it is a calmness which will be scoring more than your skill on the exam. And then thereafter there might be some uh, mock exams. Mostly, many people in the last 1 month will be trying to keep the harder mocks in the crack Q or any other exam
Mhm.
series, so that people face challenge and they try to uh, revise the things far better. So don't worry about the mocks and the scores. If you used to get good in the initial stages, it definitely you will be performing good in the final CAT exam. So don't worry about the marks, but try to give your maximum so that you don't regret after the exam. So believe in your strengths and practice on them.
Yeah. How many mock students should give within these 15 days, so that, they should not be burned out. Also, they should feel comfortable to the cat environment.
I suggest them at least to give 15 to 20 days.
Mhm.
So for the people who are
Yeah.
for that question, I suggest everyone to give at least 6 mocks in the last 15 to 20 days. And for the people who
Mhm.
are scoring around 70s and 80s, I suggest them to give 8 to 10 mocks in these days.
Okay. So there are some students who are scoring in between 91 to 95 percentile, and they are telling me, Bhaiya, I need to score 95 percentile plus. Problem with this cat is, if you are from general engineer male category, you need to score more than 99 percentile to get a seat in IIM Bangalore. Post that your GDPI also matters. So what's your
Yes, sir.
say to these people, that, how they should improve from that, or bridge the gap between that 95 percentile to 97, 98 percentile, at least before the cat?
Yeah, it's high time this 15, 20 days makes a major impact if you did the prep. So try focusing on the basics that could be in quant and LRDI. In VARC, try to attempt as many RCs and new kind of RCs you can get on mocks, on the books and everything, so that you get a good exposure over the vocabulary and the framing of the questions. So these are the few I may suggest them. In the LRDI and quant, I suggest them to stick on the basics and try to keep some accuracy on them.
Okay. Yeah, there are some students who feel that there are some questions who feel new to them, right? So it happens that many times, if questions are coming newly to them, how they should approach to them, because they are not seen and they feel a little bit worrisome when it comes to this new question. So what's your take to these people?
So yeah, in my case, I used to just avoid them. I used to go back and visit them if I have a time because there are ample questions if you want to attempt on the exam because there are many questions you find you can't even have a look into if you time constraint. So first, focus on the questions what you are exposed to and aware of or did in the practice. Try scoring on them. If you have time, then come back and visit these new questions because these questions will take some time and may not be accurate enough in your attempts.
Okay, okay, that's quite great. Last 10 minutes, Harsha. I won't take too much time of yours because you're also in the campus itself. So, Harsha, since you joined the campus, the most important thing when it comes to B school is GDPI, where that is the
Hmm.
defining factor, and you can get a seat in the campus. And I am Bangalore GDPI is very one of the, I would say, toughest GDPI in the industry. So, how should prepare? Uh, let's say I have scored 99% and I wanted to explore GDP options. So how are we going to help the students? Now, as a mentor, last year you were a student, and now this year you are going to join as a mentor. So what kind of help that you are going to provide to the students?
Okay. Last year, I know, like you were the mentor for me, and you assigned few
Hmm.
mentors for me for the IIM Bangalore.
Hmm.
I was spoke with them before my IIM Bangalore interview. They have guided me, and based on my profile, they took a mock interview before the IIM Bangalore, which helped me a lot because as they are in the IIM Bangalore, they know what kind of questions and what are the areas the faculty will test in the interview. So there are similar kind of questions that I on the interview day I've been asked. So I suggest them to give mock interviews, which will be taken take care of us or some other platforms that they may pick. And apart from that, they should be aware of the current affairs. Not in IIM Bangalore interview, but many interviews try to test on your current affairs. Are you on top of that or not? Apart from that, there's a IIM Indoor and some other interview where I was tested on some basic puzzles. So people should be covering all the aspects. First, they should be revising their undergrad and then their work ex, then their GD sessions and VAT. Apart from that, they have to see current affairs. So there's many aspects they need to cover. So mostly they should have maximum mock interviews so that they get exposed to this and they will be guided from the mentors and the questions and all they will be experienced.
Yeah, that's quite great. So, guys, I will tell you one thing. We are going to start the GDPI from 1st of November. So you can join us. What you have to do, you have to join the WhatsApp group that is present there. Post that. Once you join the group, there will be mentors and we'll share one form. You have to fill the form and there will be GDs and PS that will be conducted to you according to the school. So, Harsha, last three questions that I ask you. Students who have joined and who are going to give CAT, they are thinking about that CAT is the only option that is left for them. And if not CAT, what are the options that are available for them?
Okay. In my case, I also focus on that. So for me, I just try to go into IIM or XLRI. If not this, we have many good colleges in India, back in India for MBA. We have Snap and all for that. So it's not only the CAT, it's not the end of the life or something. So you can try to give as much you can in the main day. If not, there are multiple other options for the good MBA college. So I wish all of them and all the best for the preparation
Yeah,
and the exam.
yeah. Last question from my side. What is
Uh-huh.
your one piece of advice to the people who are appearing for CAT, and what are the things that they should follow, and what are the things that they should not do during these 15 days?
Okay, for the 15 years, basically, we have discussed over the interview. For the last one day, I want to give some suggestions. So don't burn out yourself on the last one day. Keep yourself calm. Just keep revising the formulas and key concepts. Don't try to attempt any mock on the last day because you'll be burn out for the next main exam day. Apart from that, try practicing on your slot. So in the last week, I used to give the mocks only in my slot time, so that I will be checked on the same time and I'll be get focused on the same time every day. Apart from that, on the exam day, the slot one people have a good sleep on the day before. It's crucial for you guys. And for the slot two and slot three people, you will be having a time between the slots. So try to inquire with the people or will be posting in the online platforms. Mostly you can get a basic idea of how the exam paper was in the other. So if there's any new pattern introduced, so that should not be surprising you in the slot. You will be aware if you have been covering that in the or discussions in the online or with your friends. So these are the advices what I can give you now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Harsha, for connecting with us. Last piece of advice from my side to students, guys, I would like to tell you some things. Whenever you're going for, the attempt one, please make sure that don't talk to the people. Just go to the exam, give your attempt, and come back. Attempt second and attempt three people, you will be having that liberty to go to the campus and talk. I would say go to the exam center and talk to the people. If there's a new set of questions or new set pattern, every time I've seen from past 2 3 years, there has been increase and there are decrease when it comes to some questions or some pattern here and there. So you need to understand what kind of pattern that is coming and take a glance on YouTube that how this side of questions can be solved it out. It all depends on critical thinking. It all depends on what kind of practice that you learn, right? Lastly, all the best to you guys. Do join us for GDPI. We are there to help you out. Thank you so much, Harsha, for taking your time and helping us out. Do enjoy your
Thank
time in
you.
the campus itself because these are your crucial years, and you should not miss the enjoyment. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.